You've hit on a really major issue that I see a lot here at Muda. I've seen a lot of young ladies come in, and they may not know this up front, but one of the biggest concerns is about just being average, not being important. And I've come to believe very much that we all were created to feel special. But in our culture, it's extremely competitive, and so therefore, special becomes better than. We want to excel at something. We need to be the most attractive, or the smartest, or the most athletic. We need to be the most popular. And so we live in this tyranny of trying to be the very best in order to be special. And that definition of special, of better than, leads to competition. And so you're constantly worried about, is someone else doing better than me? Are they prettier than me? Are they thinner than me? Are they smarter than me? And the very foundation of how you feel about yourself is based on that, because we all do want to feel special. And that leads to the competition that ultimately can lead to eating disorders. Sometimes it's, if I can't be the most popular, or I can't be the best athlete or the smartest person, I'll become the thinnest, because our culture values being thin. Look at the magazines, look at the televisions, look at the movies. It's clear how much we value thin. Well, if I can be what society says we want, if I can be not only thin but the thinnest, if I can exceed what other people do, then I'm special. I can feel okay about myself. But then it leads to a downward spiral, and how thin is thin? How thin is thin enough? And what you'll find is it's never going to be thin enough. Because the true meaning of special isn't being better than somebody. Special means being irreplaceable. Let me give you an example of that. I have 2 children. I have a son named Ian, who's 18, and a daughter named Emily, who's 14. If my wife were to suddenly call me up and say one of them's been kidnapped, I wouldn't say, well, that's okay, we have another one. We have another kid at home, so why would I need 2? The thing that makes them important to me isn't because one is better than the other at something, one is more physically attractive than the other one. That has nothing to do with it. Both are special to me because they're irreplaceable. One cannot replace the other. And specialness can only be found in relationships, in friendships, in other kinds of family relationships, where we become so important to someone that we're irreplaceable. Not because of what we can do or how we look or how thin we are, but because of the role we play in that person's life. We're irreplaceable. And if you look for specialness in things like physical attributes, talents, or other things of that nature, they may fill the need for a short period of time, but it's not really going to work in the long run. Specialness will only come in relationships, and that's what you have to work on.